All right, welcome to Eyes Open Media. Okay, so boy, it's been tough today to get through these videos. Just not. I felt like taking a day off, but it is what it is. I'm getting through the videos. Okay. um, so if you guys don't know, the report's out on the main channel, and there is a Patreon video up today as well. Okay, just posted that one. So let's get into the last video of the day, and it's from Central Bank of Vietnam sets key monetary policies by year end. I did talk about this on the report, but I want to actually read it here. Okay. So it says that the State Bank of Vietnam, the SBV, will control credit growth and direct capital to areas of priority from now to the end of the year, basically towards safety and effectiveness, said the governor of the SBV. All right, Lee Ming Hung. Okay, Governor Hung made the point of the monetary performance by July to talk and talked about orientations by the end of 2016. Okay, he's talking about the SBV will continue to flexibly implement monetary and fiscal policy and cooperate with the Ministry of Finance to ensure the liquidity of credit institutions, says the governor of the central bank. All right, says the SBV will consistently use monetary policies to stabilize interest rates and reduce the lending rates pressures. All right, so there's a stack of some dong notes. What note is that? Is that the 200 or that's the 500? I can't remember. Shoot, might be the 100. Talking about this one right here. Is that the 100 or the 5? I can't remember. These are the 500s. Okay, so these are the 500s. This has to be two. Is it the 250 or the 100? I don't know. I can't remember. Or 200,000. I can't remember. Okay, it says Governor Hung said that the SBV will also direct the commercial banks to continue to simplify administrative procedures, reduce costs, and increase effectiveness of their credit capital. Okay, and coordinated with localities to promote the Banking Business Connection Program. Okay, it says talking about the real estate credit, the SBV will coordinate with other agencies to focus on reviewing the sectors which have potentially risk or banks which have high real estate credit proportions. Okay. Okay, I'm not really understanding too much of this. But it looks I'm trying to understand what they're really trying to do here that's really like exciting. uh let's see. Will control credit growth and direct capital to areas of priority. Okay, so I guess real estate is going to be a priority for them. It should be a priority for every country, right? Real estate, making sure your housing is doing well. Your housing markets, buying, people are coming in, buying and selling, and it's not dried up. The housing market is doing fine, basically. Okay, so they're going to be focusing on their housing markets, direct commercial banks, and they're going to also simplify administrative procedures. Okay, so they're going to try to reduce costs and increase effective on their credit capital. I don't know what that is. Effectiveness of credit capital. Okay, no. Okay, so let's see here. It says the potential risk of banks and which have high real estate credit proportions. Okay, it says that the SBV affirms to keep maintaining stable interest rates, liquidity in the forex market. Now everybody's doing the forex market thing. Okay, you got Iran starting to do that with going to be doing that with their banks. You got Iraq that's going to be coming on soon with the forex, and I think Indonesia's doing something with theirs. I think. Okay, so let's continue here. says regarding the forex market, the SBV will continue to keep foreign exchange reserves at a high level, and flexibility adjust the exchange rate in line with the market movements. All right, let me read that again. Regarding the forex market, the SBV will continue to keep foreign exchange reserves at a high level, meaning probably the dollar, the euro, the yuan, and things of that nature. And maybe the dinar when that changes value. And this is one of the reasons why I think they do have dinars, by the way. And I think this is one of the reasons why when the dinar goes to 3+, we really believe that it's going to affect Vietnam, and it's going to make Vietnam go up drastically as well. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I think these countries are going to be the countries that we're talking about. We believe they're going to go up because, and one of the reasons why is because the IQD is going to go up so high that these countries are going to be affected by it and their reserves, and it's going to push their currencies up high as well. Okay, so that's one of the reasons. I think Vietnam does hold Iraqi dinar. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so it says SBV will continue to keep foreign exchange reserves at a high level, and flexibility adjust the exchange rate in line with market movements. Stand ready to respond to rapid and sudden situations. Oh, you mean Iraq? You mean Iran? Yeah. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna counter those emerging markets. Okay. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna stand by, stand ready to counter the other emerging markets, which is Iran and Iraq. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Let's see here. Rapid and sudden situations. Keep a close watch on the forex market. And strive for fulfillment of macroeconomic norms. All right, so they're going to keep a close look at the forex market. Why? Because Iran and Iraq are going back onto the forex market, and they are emerging countries, right? Emerging markets, and so it's Vietnam. So Vietnam wants to be the king. Remember, I told you guys that Vietnam wants to be the king of the emerging markets. So they're going to watch closely what Iraq and Iran do, and then they're going to make their moves, okay, to counter. Okay, so yeah, this is why Vietnam is going, and the Vietnam's in it loves competition apparently. So this is why I was told, that it's going to be a very, 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 very surprising rate for Vietnam. Okay, so get ready, guys and girls. Vietnam is going to be awesome. It's going to surprise us. It's going to shock a lot of people, especially all those gurus that said that Vietnam is not going to ever do nothing, or they were laughing at Vietnam. They're gonna get a whirlwind of surprise, and you're not going to be able to find them. You know why? Because the IQD would have already went up, and these people would have probably shut their accounts off and everything. So you won't be able to find these people. You'll never be able to get a hold of them. Maybe if you are part of their group or something, and they hold some type of event that you can go to, then you can probably go, ha, I told you about Vietnam, you didn't listen. You know what I mean? But other than that, you're not gonna be able to find these people. They're gonna cut themselves off from the world. So once Iraq goes 1-1, so you're not gonna be able to even get in contact with these guys and say, hey, told you about Vietnam. Okay, so they're not gonna even listen to you. Okay, it says stable credit growth in the first 7 months. In particular, as of July 20th, the total means of payment increased by 9.84% compared to December of 2015. Capital mobilization increased by 10.17%. Okay, 10.17, I should just say, percent. Okay. Says credit growth was estimated to increase by 8.02% against the same period last year. Despite the sharp increase in the total means of payment, interest rates were stable, showing that the inflation pressure were still suitable with monetary market movements. Okay. says the credit growth in the first 7 months was higher than the same period, having positive effects on production and the economic growth hung asset. Okay. Says here. Foreign currency interest rates have increased over the last 2 months after the SBV allowed credit institutions to lend short-term foreign currencies to support export activity. Now, of course, we know Vietnam's import and export activities have exploded the last 5 years, and this is one of the reasons why we all believe that they're going to have to change their value here very soon, because it's going to start. What happens is it starts to hurt the country, right? This is why they went away from the dollar, right, and they went to manage float now and 3% up and down, because when New York start to explode, your economy starts to explode, you have to start to do something with your currency. Okay, so they started with the exchange of managed float. Okay, instead of a fixed float, they're doing a managed float 3% up and down, which that's going to change into a revaluation here very soon. Okay, so and I know that the locals are saying, what economic boom? We don't see any of that. Well, they will soon. Okay, it's been 5 years. They should have been seen it, but everybody has to wait on this one country that's taking forever. Okay, so that's delayed Vietnam. Okay, so Vietnam's been exploding for almost 6 years now, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna finally start to give their people purchasing power. They already just started giving their people higher wages, right? So they moved the minimum wage up. They did some other things as well to help the citizens out, and now they're going to give them purchasing power. Okay, so they're going to feel the effects of the last 6 years of economic boom here in a few. Okay, so don't worry about that. Let's see here. It says that the foreign currency interest rate have increased over the last 2 months. We already talked about that, I think. Yeah. And it says SBV allowed credit institutions to lend short-term foreign currencies to support export activities. Notable, the proportion of medium and long-term loans had a high increase rate at more than 10%, which supports economic growth in the medium and long term. Okay. It says hold up. What am I at? Okay, to implement, I saw this thing beeping, like, why is my arrow beeping? But anyways, to implement the direction of the MP and the SBV also issued circular number .25-2016. Okay, I don't know what the other stuff. It says which amends some articles of circular number 11, blah 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 blah, to extend the deadline for the VND 30 trillion loan package for low income housing program. Oh, so they want to do. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna raise. So they raise the wages, and they did some other things, and they're gonna raise their value, and then they're gonna start the welfare program. That's what it looks like. I guess they don't have one now, but it looks like they're going to start some type of welfare program once they raise their value. So basically, I mean, I guess that's what America did, right? America became the world reserve currency. We raised our value high for the U.S. dollar to be king, and then we started implementing welfare programs, right? And welfare programs are used to basically control people, right? People who can't afford things for themselves, they can get on welfare, and then the government can control them. Basically, that's basically what it is. Don't work. We'll control you. We'll fund stuff for you. You don't need to work. We'll make sure we know where you're at all times, and and this is why they're going to start putting chips in, and they're going to ask people for microchips now for welfare. If you guys didn't know that, it's coming. So if you're on welfare, God forbid you're on welfare in the next couple of months. If you're on welfare right now, hopefully in the next couple of months you're no longer on welfare, all right? And so we take that off of you right now. We take the hands of poverty off of you as well. But anyways, they will be doing that in the future. But anyways, that's it. Vietnam, eyes open. Peace out.